Right, my YouTube friends, let's see if I can do this video without knocking the camera over. I'm in a very tight little corner here, but I thought, well, I'll just bring you to the video just to show you what I've been doing. And now sometimes you get roots that get trapped in between leaves, and some of these can be the big roots, the Phalaenopsis types, the Vanda types, and this one I'm showing you here is the Holcoglossum. And let me just show you what I mean. Now this is, I've actually pulled this leaf off, and can you see what I mean? There. So this had a leaf here. Well, I call these needles. They're not like leaves. So this had a needle there, and you'll see there where I've released that needle, and this is due to be watered, so I'll spray this in a few minutes. And this is actually in live sphagnum moss, but I've had to open that area there simply to allow air to go into it. But you'll see there the emergence of that root. I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing there. And it's not got a green growing tip. It's got a like a mustard coloured one. Now that may well extend out and become a green one, but I've released that leaf, that root, by removing that leaf. But you've got to be careful. I say this every time. Be careful, be careful. I'm going to put that down there now, and then I'm going to show you this one. This is Phalaenopsis Little Zorro, and for those who follow me, Little Zorro, I've struggled with the Little Zorro for quite a while, but thank goodness now you'll see there the emergence of roots. Let me see there. And so this one's well on the road to recovery, and I think, let me just see, oh yes, we've got the 3 roots there. Let me see there. And it started to have a leaf that was yellowing, and there was no reason at all for this leaf to be yellowing. And I thought perhaps I wasn't giving it enough nitrogen. But then, when I looked down that leaf, I don't know whether you remember me showing you this leaf, yesterday, can you see what I'm showing you now? There. Can you see there? So that's a root, and so that's one of the things that they will do to help emerging roots. Can you see that area now? Let me just move this Vanda out of the way. I've got Vanda here. So we've got that root that's already come out there in that area there. And can you see here where we've got this other root emerging there now? Can you see? I'm struggling to see what you're seeing. I do apologise. Just let me just get up and see if I can see what you're seeing. There. Can you see there now? There. So that's that root that's emerging there. And we've got another one. You have to be careful. Which could come out down below it. There. Okay. So there's potential for 2 roots, as well as that newly emerging one there. And we've got those other roots there. And so this one is well established now on this piece of bark. So I'm going to just hang that up here. Again, excuse me for just going out of focus a minute, and we'll bring you the this one now. And I might have to just bring you up. So if I just stand up for a second and lift this camera up here and bring it onto the table. I say I'm in a bit of a tight squeeze, and there we go. Right, so this is the Van der Coltana Gold by Dr. Anek. And there we go. Now don't come too far forward. Can you see that root there? What I've done this morning, I did notice it yesterday. I noticed there was a kind of a bulge in the leaf. So what I did yesterday, I gently prised this leaf back, this leaf back here, this one, not the lower one, this one, and I did see that root just emerging. And so what I've done this morning, I've had the scissors and I've just sliced, cut into that area there, and then I've also cut into this area here, and that's now released enough to enable that new emerging root to come out. And then that leaf which I've cut here, that should heal itself now, and that should be fine. Because if you look actually inside the pot, and you see the other roots down there, and you see down in this pot all these roots. I've got the Rinco Stylish Gigantica actually in soak. I'm waiting for roots to emerge on that one. But there you see, and if I take it around this way, and you see where we've got the roots there also. I'm taking you round, got them all the way round, and then we come back to this one which I've just been showing you. We've got them emerging underneath there, can you see as well? And if I just gently stabilise the camera just for a second while I'm in this corner, and I'll show you this one. It's one of the Phalaenopsis here. Believe it or not, these were watered yesterday, and so let's just bring it, put it on here, and then I'll show you. I was checking some of them yesterday just to do a little bit of maintenance work. There we go. Now I'm in the right area there. There we go. Just have to make sure that this camera's stabilised. There we go. Sorry about that. And I don't know if you'll see the name there. Just move that one out of the way. It's called Phalaenopsis limelight. And this again, this had a leaf that started to die back. It's given me this new leaf here, but it had an outer leaf, a bottom leaf, started to die back, and I thought there was no reason for that at all. But likewise, with the little Zorro, when it was time to just remove it, which I did yesterday, can you see that area there? Can you see? So that's now giving that emerging root an escape to grow on into this area that I'm showing you now, this little plastic pot. And we've got a root that's come through there, you see at the bottom. We've got another root that's come through there. We've got another root that's just emerging there, I've had to cut one of these little plastic areas out to enable that root to come through there. And but this root here, if I can manage to show you, that root there, that hit the plastic, you see, and it just it stopped it growing. But I'm hoping now, because I've opened this area up, get it right, because I've opened this area up, I'm hoping now that this root may extend. But you see, that's quite dry. But I've had good humidity. The humidity last night was over 80. So if you can't always water your plants every day, I mean at the moment, because we've had such good temperatures, all my orchids, virtually all the orchids, especially the mounted ones, have had to be watered every day. And I'm due now today to, because it's Monday, so I'm due today for Phalaenopsis Monday to have a look at some of these. I've got some of these other Phalaenopsis types, but I won't show you those just at the moment. What I wanted to show you, if you don't mind, just bear with me a minute. I'll just get a couple of orchids here, and hopefully I won't knock everything over. And then, actually that one does stand on there, and we've got this little one here, which I'm going to put down here because I don't want to knock everything. And then, right, let's have a look. That'd be better if I just put that Vanderback, but it's due to go into some water. Sorry about that. Okay. This sits in full sun, and it's grown quite a lot these last couple of days since we've had this really warm weather. And in fact this morning I was out doing some weeding and it was really chilly. I'd got a jacket on, but it looks as though the wind's dropped down a bit now. So this one is Catasetum pileatum yellow giant, and oops, this is the little bit of a baby. I don't know how it's hanging on there really, because the pseudobulb looks completely rotten. But anyway, I'm digressing. Right, so this is in the PET method, which is inorganic media at the bottom, organic media and sphagnum moss. And see, we had that root. Can you see that root there? And it's still got the green growing tip. I don't know if you'll see that. There, yes, you see, still got that growing green tip. But then I had this one here, can you remember? This one, and I couldn't fathom out where it was going, because as far as Stephen Van Kempen Lewis is concerned, he's not going to be watering any of his till the end of May, and he lives in Texas. And which is, you know, another 4 or 5 weeks here. But look, can you see now where that other root has emerged from? Let me just see if I can show you. So it's because this is ridged, it catches the light. So that's the one I've shown you before, that one. But the one on the other side, the root is just emerging there. And you see, it's just emerging out of here. And it's already, so it's now onto this piece of wood. And as soon as gets down to this level where these 2 holes are, which is probably just this area here, I shall start to introduce copious amounts of water, because he did say 4 inches or when it reaches the reservoir. So I'm quite pleased with that one, because this one has been a slow one. It came last year, promptly went into dormancy, and I've had to wait for this length of time for it to wake up. So I'm going to put that one there. This one grew lovely for me last year. I had this in April 19, and it's the Fred Clark Aria, After Dark, SVO, Black Cherry. And I've been waiting for this one to come out of dormancy. And I showed you, didn't I, this area here, where I've got this little tiny nubbin there. This pseudobulb at the bottom looks as though it's desiccating back a bit. It feels a little bit soft, this one. But then, the other day, I've got it propped up with a piece of growstone. Look down there. Don't know if you'll see. Let me see if I can show you. Can you see down there now? There. I've got a new growth. I'm assuming it's a new growth. It's got to be a new growth, hasn't it? So I don't know what this one is here. Whether you can get two growths emerging at the same time, I've no idea. But so this now will be the same as the catasetum. This definitely won't get any water at all until the end of May. So I'm going to just put this one down here and show you the last one here. And this is the latest one. I was a little bit worried about because I think it had got a little bit of cold into that pseudobulb there. But this is Signodes Wine Delight, which is Signodes. There we are. I won't butcher that. And this is already potted up. I potted it up straight away. And I think that little growth there is very, very slow. Very slow. But it sits in full sun. There's nothing else happening around here. And I suppose I could just wedge it with something just to keep it that little bit firmer. If I can just push that sphagnum moss just down there. There we go. So that again won't get watered at least till the end of May. But they sit on the windowsill there. They sit on the south-facing windowsill because even though they're only just waking up, they do need all that sunshine. Now let's just have a look if I can lift this one out. Oh, let me just show you. This has been in soak now. This is usually the first one that gets bear with me. That gets soaked, and this is the let me see, the Rinco Stylish Gigantica Peach, and I've got one root, just got the one root, and that's where that root comes out. Can you see? There. And I'm still waiting. I keep hoping and praying as we look down there and you just see the base of the plant. And I don't know if I'll be able to show you there. What did I do with my scissors? I was just going to be able to point to it. Let's see. I think it's here. There. Can you see that area? There. Where are we? There. Oh, come on. There. Here. Just in there. I might just need to nip it just in there, because that could be an area where I see a little root coming out of. There's that area as well there, but that's a little bit dry. But I'm desperate for this one, absolutely desperate for this one to give me a green growing tip. And what I have to do sometimes, I have to tip it up like this. It's not going to go anywhere because it's anchored in, but I just have to tip it up just to allow any water. You see, you'd think I could get a growing root out of this area, but I don't think I'm going to, because there's nothing emerging yet. Anyway, I rattle on, don't I? Prattle on, and time moves along. So, as I say, I'm up into the grow room this morning. This is the first one to be watered, and I'll just hang it there. It'll just hang there for a minute. And I wanted just to show you those roots, and let me just see if anything else is jumping out while I'm able to show you while I'm sat here. I don't know whether it was this one. This is the Phalaenopsis. Yang Yang Geigen cherry, and this was watered the other day, and what I do is when we've had this warm weather, I've left the water reservoir, and I noticed this morning with this one, can you see the emergence of roots now down there? See, it's still dripping. So this wicking material I've got here is keeping these these Phalaenopsis types hydrated. And you see where one root is still green. So I'm really chuffed about that. And what I'm going to be doing today is checking all these. Now you see that top layer there is quite dry now, but the bottom layer isn't. So eventually when all those roots get down there into this wicking area, then they'll be able to absorb all that water and take more nutrients up. So I'm going to take my leave of you now, and just quickly looking around to see if there's anything else that just jumps out. I can't see anything at the moment. So thank you for bearing with me again, and I just wanted to bring you in today just to give you an idea how to help these emerging roots sometimes when they get stuck, if you just give them a little helping hand, but be very careful because they're very, very tender. And I'm just going to leave you with a little look at little Axel. Now this little Axel is a miniature African violet, and I've left it up here in the grow room. It sits in this pot, this one here, pestle and mortar, and in its little outer pot. And look at all the buds to come. Absolutely lovely it is. There we go. I've got them trying to even bob through. Look, here. There we go. So I suppose, like with the roots, you see, these little blooms can get stuck under a leaf, and if you just gently lift them and bring them up, then you've got all these beautiful blooms. So when I come up in the grow room, this is one of the first things that I see. So thank you for joining me today. It's Bank Holiday Monday here, but of course none of us are allowed to go out because of this terrible virus. So those lucky enough to have a garden, we can go in the garden or we can come in the grow rooms. So thank you for joining me again, and enjoy your Bank Holiday Monday. Bye bye now.